Find a few friends from a certain TV show called Merlin. Ladies and gentlemen, now, please join us in a massive round of applause here in Birmingham. They've got their cameras out there already. So, for our Merlin panel, let's give it up. We have, he played Sir Gawain in the series. Give it up for Eoin Macken. He played Mordred in the series. Give it up for Alexander Vlahos. And last by no means least, give it up for Sir Leon, Mr. Rupert. I don't know if you can hear me, but Alexander as well. Give it up for Alexander, who played Mordred. It is literally, we couldn't pack any more in here if we tried right now. So, I'm going to get straight to this because I know there are plenty of eager hands that are going to be held in the air when I ask this question. Who would like to ask a question? I saw one girl's hand go up so quick, it's going to be you the first question. This is very quick.
Rupert, have you passed your driving test yet?
Yes.
It only took 45 years.
I passed my first time, but I did pass in. I was meant to take it last year, but we were filming, and so I was on a horse. But I passed, and I drove for 40 minutes in London, and then I went to America, and I drove around there, which is one of the most terrifying things in the world.
And I feel really cool. What car did you drive in Los Angeles?
It was a Beetle. I felt very cool.
What colour was the Beetle?
Black. But it was very cool, so yes, but I feel it's quite anticlimactic when you go, oh well, I can drive now, and people go, well, I've been doing that for years. Oh yeah, but I passed. It's not that impressive. But thank you for asking, and I did pass. And on manual, not just automatic.
So,
I still can't ride a horse, but...
I have a question for young ladies staying in the middle.
They said that the show came to a natural end, but did you really feel that way? So do you think it came to a natural end?
A natural or an actual?
A natural end.
Natural. A natural. I don't think anything ever comes to an end in your heart. He's been practicing these. Sorry, that was really crap. Alex should answer this one. Because Alex, you should answer this one.
I can't, that was just the best answer.
Okay, I think we'll move on to the next question over that one. We have a lady here towards the middle again.
Hey, Alexander, what was the best thing about joining the Merlin cast in your opinion?
Say that again?
What was the best thing for you about joining the Merlin cast?
The best thing about joining the cast?
Yeah.
I guess the camaraderie between everyone. I was incredibly nervous about starting because the level of banter between them was insane.
It was the level of acting was so good.
It was the acting that just blew me away. Yeah. I guess the camaraderie between the guys, that's probably.
Okay, I have a question towards the back.
Is that old Merlin back there?
Oh, that's awesome! Cool. Look, that's
Colin
cool.
Morgan.
By the way, some of the costumes you guys wear are absolutely cool. It's all very colourful. It's like being in Disneyland, or it's like Disneyland mixed with a rainbow and a big bag of Skittles or something. It's class. Nice. We have a question from a lady towards the back.
What was it like when you all first joined Merlin on your first time on set?
That sounded like Dutch to me. I didn't get any of that.
What was it like on your first day on set?
Who's that for? Everyone?
All of you.
My first day on set was running in the snow, the fake snow in episode 1 and 2, which was crazy. because, yeah, no one really told me. I just thought it was going to be CGI or something, and then I turned up and there was this quarry filled with fake snow, which was great. That was my first day.
Mine, I think most people know.
No, they don't. That's why they're asking with it.
Oh, they don't. Sorry, you don't know. It was the first day of season 2 filming, and I was there with Richard and Colin, and I had my one line, and I was very nervous, and I messed it up. So halfway through the scene, the line was, "The king commands your presence immediately." If only I did it that well. It's hard to say.
It is.
But I got it right, and then the next day I had one word, and I was about to go, well, I'm not going to mess this up, and I thought I'd better just check, just make sure. And the rest is history. They gave me less lines as the years went on, and but I was still here. Anyway, I can't wait to hear Owen's first day story.
My first day, I was topless in a bed with Colin. Colin wasn't in the bed, he's standing beside the bed, just watching me. Acting, by the way, we weren't doing a scene, there was other people there, it wasn't just me and Colin, because that'd be really weird. But that was my first day. Yeah, fun times. We never forget days like that, really.
I have a question from a lady to the back still.
This one's really random, but it's for all of you. Me and my friends are wondering, do you still have a childhood bear that you still sleep with in bed? Aww.
That is the dirtiest question I've ever been asked.
It's the most random one I've ever heard.
Is that like a sock? Is that what you mean?
I still have mine, but I don't have it in bed with me, I'm very sorry to say. It's somewhere, it's on the side looking over me.
It watches you.
But I don't hold it, and well, not when anyone's looking anyway. And not that I'd admit to.
I have a very old Winnie the Pooh, but it, again, it's not in my bed. It's in a cupboard somewhere.
I was never Sorry, can you keep talking about your bear? Go for it. Tell us more.
Go on, you're up next, Eric.
I never had a teddy bear. I wasn't allowed one. No.
That's why you turned out how you are. Because you weren't loved as a child. There's no bear to love you.
I lived in a manly house, goddammit. We didn't have teddy bears, you know? They gave me pieces of wood and a stone.
You do realise you've just opened yourself up to teddy bears for life now. The fact that they're cheering means it'll happen.
Right, I love teddy bears now.
We have a question from the man here. Hi, this is for Owen Macken. In the series, I'll give you it again. Did Gawain know that Merlin was a sorcerer, or did he not know? It was a bit murky at certain places whether he knew or not.
Sorry, I didn't hear the last part.
Did Gawain know that Merlin was a sorcerer?
No, he just thought Merlin was a bit weird. It's a weird one because when you know as an actor and you know everything else, you do know he's a sorcerer, obviously, because everyone else knows. I just decided that he didn't know because he just doesn't really pay attention to anything else, and he just thought Merlin was a little bit odd. And that was basically, because that was the only explanation really, because he is a very strange little boy. So if he wasn't a magician, he's basically a little bit touched. So thankfully he was a magician, so it's fine. So.
I have a question here from a lady.
This is for Rupert. Your character was the only one left alive when it finished. What would you like to think Leon did then for the rest of it?
What would I like to think? Yeah, I think he would slowly, he was standing very close to the throne, and I think a lot of people were saying that it was going to end with Gwen and actually turning to me and kissing me full on the mouth, but they cut that. No, so I think I like to arrogantly think that I took over and completely messed up Camelot. That's why season 6 they were like, we can't, it's just within a month the whole place
fell. It was basically a party place, wasn't it?
Yeah, a big party, that, it was. And the banished word sire.
So Leon always had a thing with Guinevere, didn't he?
Well, we were meant to have been brought up at the same time, like grew up together.
Yeah, so. Like your baby sat together and stuff,
and you could see that in the room when we did scenes together. It's just, it made a lot more sense, Leon and Gwen. There are some first folio editions of, the kind of Arthurian legend where Leon isn't a made-up character and actually ends up with Gwen, because he forgives her for going off with Lancelot. Anyway. Does that answer your question? Well, how do you feel it went? Oh, you can tell me that later. You can tell me how it ended.
Right, and we have a question from this gentleman here.
This is Tony. What was your favourite scenes?
I'll tell you my favourite scene. My favourite scene was in Series 4, Episode 8 with the Lamia. And me and Rupert had to do this fight scene. And we basically hated each other that day because he was annoying the crap out of me. And I was annoying the crap out of him. And it was a lot of fun because we tried to beat the living hell out of each other, and it basically worked.
For Joel Trotman. Please make your way to door 10. That's Joel Trotman to door 10. Thank you.
God? That was clearly my story was crap, so it was a good interruption. So next question.
It's like when the music starts at the Oscars. It's like, okay, let's wrap this up.
Move along, okay.
But that was quite a funny day because we were like hating each other, and then the fight coordinator was like, "Oh guys, calm down," and we were trying to be arrogant, think it would help us be better actors by going, "No, let's not make up. Let's just get really angry with each other."
And then we hugged.
It was a beautiful thing. I was like the teddy bear he never had.
Well, it was basically your fault in the first place why the scene was going crap.
Yeah.
And then that's what happened because he was being a twat about it, and then he took it out on me.
We have a question from the young gentleman here.
This is for all of you. What was your favourite line in the whole of Merlin?
Merlin. Mine was everything I do, you think the worst. This is episode 11, I think. What was it?
By Brian Adams.
It is like a Brian Adams. What's your favourite line?
Someone will remember it. I only used to say one thing, which is like, "Oh, someone's attacking Sire," or something else Sire. So probably when I did favourite line, I don't know.
My favourite line was that one about nobility and all that kind of stuff.
Mine was "Long live the Queen." The end of the show. That's good. It's like "Long live the Queen." There we go.
We have a question from right here.
This is for all of you. If you could time travel, would you go back to medieval times and be epic knights?
Dude, come on, if you can time travel, you're hardly going to go back to Camelot, are you? I mean, come on.
We've done it. We've done it for 4 years.
You're going to go find dinosaurs and shit.
And everyone knows how that goes.
What?
Everyone knows how that messing with dinosaurs goes, so you know.
Oh, all right, okay. Let's not rap about dinosaurs. I mean, okay, fine. So if you could time travel, which season would we go back to?
Yeah.
Which season?
That's a very good question. Can't say season 1 because none of us are in it. That'd be the crappiest time traveling ever. You turn back and you don't exist. So it'd have to be season 5, otherwise Alex wouldn't be here. Then it's like, yeah. I time travel back to episode 1, season 5, because then Alex was nice before he defected and became all weird and moody and stuff.
I hope everyone's seen it, otherwise it's a spoiler alert.
Thanks. And next question down the front.
I want this question here, the Lorax t-shirt.
The Lorax.
I hope she has a question, isn't just putting her hands in the air.
Look at the little girl.
Yeah.
Does she have a question?
Oh no, see, she's just touching her hair.
Would you like
she has a question.
She does.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Who are you?
What's your question? Sorry?
Apple.
It's something similar, yeah.
Okay.
I think, what's your name? Tegan.
Oh.
Tegan. So what question would you like to ask, Tegan?
Cat. No?
She wants to ask Alex, who's your favourite out of Merlin or Pirates?
Oh, doing the 2 shows.
Yes.
Be careful, you might get killed.
No, it's the right answer. Merlin was my favourite because I had a horrible time filming Privates. It was just Northern Ireland and rain and cold. Better to be in Wales and be in rain and cold. Merlin, good question.
Right, and a question from this lady here.
It's a question for Alex.
Yeah.
As a rumor about you auditioning for the Doctor true.
Ooh.
No. But I no.
But I'd love to. I've said this before. When Matt steps down, I'll be there. Even if they don't want me. Stephen, let me do the part.
It's 3 o'clock in the morning, Steve Morph opens his door. Hello.
Me, remember me?
Right down the front. If this isn't good, you're banned from every event ever. I'm only kidding you. I'm only kidding.
Okay, what's your favourite, Henry or Hetty Hoover?
What? Ban, I kick her out.
Man, get rid of that. Terrible question. Next.
Your favourite, as in out of Henry or Hetty?
Henry or Hetty? Henry.
Well, I've got a Henry and I haven't got a Hetty, so I have to choose Henry, otherwise my Hoover might not actually work.
What are you talking about?
That's him. He's so rich that he doesn't know what Hoover is. There are these Hoovers. It's on a, look at the cheek.
Yeah, Henry on the cheek.
Hoovers that look like that, or vacuum cleaners.
I'm not going to say what I think that is on your cheek, but...
Right, okay, let's go to someone in a rather fetching Merlin cape, or no, it's a knight's cape actually, in chainmail. What's your question?
Hi guys, if you could have dinner with any fictional character, who would it be?
I wish we got sent these like a week before.
Batman, has to be Batman all the time. Batman. Yeah. Definitely Batman. What did you pick? Or Xena, warrior princess, that'd be quite cool.
Yeah, she's not real. Catwoman.
Dorian Gray. That was a really good plug from me as well.
It's available on.
You know what? Would you like to plug your show at the same time? Come on, let's go for it. Come on.
You know, that was the opportunity.
Yeah, Owen hates plugging anything. Anyone on Twitter will know that he just hates selling anything.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Right, I have a question for this young lady here.
Hello.
Hi.
So, would you say that since you guys joined the Merlin crew and everything, you've all become really, really good friends, and you just wouldn't, even though you go off to different places and everything, you'd all stay together and make
In
sure-
Owen's heart, as is mentioned.
To be honest with you, we all actually hate each other, but we think it's good to put up a facade that we all get on. Sorry, no. Do you think, so you're asking, would we still be friends?
Oh,
Yeah, we have cups of tea and play board games and stuff. Yeah, I'd like to do that forever.
It takes a while, I have to say. Like we got on the train yesterday, and it was quite awkward for quite a long time. No, we are.